like, and subscribe. Oh, and be sure to hit that notification bell. Now, on to the video. Hey, welcome to my first YouTube video. What I'm showing here is the supplies I use to create the tumblers that I'm making. The pink tape dispenser is from Amazon. The blue masking tape dispenser is also from Amazon. That's the design for my husband's cup. And I'm going to be trying in this cup method, and that's the design that I'll be using for my cup. However, I'm going to show it in a different clip. Hopefully it shows up a little bit better because that was kind of blurry. Okay, the mug, the Ozark Trail mug is what I'll be using for my husband's tumbler, and that is a Walmart mug, and I just wanted to see how well it would sublimate, or even if you could sublimate on it in the mug press. I've tried one before, which is right up there, but I did that in the oven, and it came out pretty nice. However, that was a light design, so the transfer of the ink, or how vibrant and dark it was, really didn't it really didn't come through for me because it was already a light design, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to be trying something darker for my husband, and I'm showing you the screw right there that I took out of it. So yeah, I had to take that all the way out in order to press this mug. And then here I'm cutting, I'm about to cut the design, or I'm measuring the design for the cup to make sure that it fits in the space. And you will actually see me um, see where I cut the design, but you won't see me cut the design. I'm not sure if that makes any sense either, but my camera had cut off, so I measured the design on the cup, and then I cut it. And this here, you see, this is where I'm trying to trying to figure out this heat press. So I mean, not heat press, sorry, this tumbler press. So I turned it on. I'm like, okay, I've had this thing for over 2 months, and it's not working. It's not coming on. I could not. Duh. I just couldn't figure out what to do. Turn it off, turn it back on. Tried to see, make sure that everything was connected. Hit the reset button, and yeah, so it's like, okay, don't tell me this thing is broken. I'm not going to be able to send it back. I'm not going to be able to contact the company because I've had it for a while. However, I end up figuring it out. Um, you have to hold the power button down in order for it to come on. Yeah, duh. Go figure. Okay, so finally, once I got that done, I um tried to figure out the settings because the actual paper that came with it, I misplaced it. So, I was just going by like my heat press and figuring, okay, if you set the time this way, you're really going to set it this way on this and that. That was just my thought process. So it did end up being that way. I changed it from Celsius to Fahrenheit, and then I actually if it changed the time. I set the time for this Ozark Trail mug to 375. It was 370 or 375. And then I set the time for 70 seconds. And with the way that I cut the design, and you'll see that shortly, I didn't have to turn them up. Well, I wouldn't have been able to turn it anyway. So yeah, I only did one press for 70 seconds. And that's just me setting the time to what I want it to. Okay, that works. Um, sorry, I went out of focus a little bit there. But you see the design, I thought I was cutting it on camera, how I measured it to the mug, but I didn't. It wasn't even recording. So, um, it's blurry. Very blurry right now. I'm gonna take that out. Okay. Okay, now we're back in focus. Woohoo! Okay, so I just cut up the sublimation paper design just for it to fit around the front, because when I printed out the design on the paper and the the picture was on the opposite side that I wanted it on, it would have pressed on on the other side, and that's not how I wanted it. So the measurements for that mug and that space up there at the top, from the bottom of the stainless steel um, rim, shall I say, down to the Ozark Trail um, symbol, which that's another thing that I wish wasn't on there, but it's on there. Um, so down to that is about 3.5 inches, and I tried to get the image measured approximately that size. I just didn't want it to go over that the Ozark Trail logo, because I didn't know how it would press on there. So I tape the front of the picture on. I'm just right here lining it up to make sure that it's centered to get it where I want it to, or as close to center as possible. So once I do that, I tape the front on, and then I tape the back on. Okay, just making sure I'm just making sure that it's lined up or centered. Then I tape the front, tape the back, those mugs. So maybe what I need to do is um thinking. Okay, so you see your girl out here in these YouTube streets. I am ready. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and my videos probably won't be that great in the beginning. However, I plan to improve a weekly, daily, weekly, monthly. Just make adjustments that need to be made when watching my own videos. Um, yeah, so I can bring you all some excellent content. Um, and help you achieve things that you want to achieve. Okay, so I taped it on, now I'm taping on the back, and that's just my husband's last name because my husband is an anime fanatic, should I say. So he chose that design, and this is just the mug that he'll be leaving at work on his desk anyway. So it was a good practice. It was good practice for me. I'm just making a little slit right there for the handle, just so the paper can fold into there. And I think what I'm going to do, well, I didn't want to do it on this one, but I think what I'm going to do next is try to do a design that fits that whole tumbler. Let's see how that goes. And cover up I actually end up covering up the logo as well, and we'll see how that works out. I just didn't want to do it with that one, you know, so my husband can take it to work today. Be messing around with stuff. However, the next one I make will probably be for him as well, so it probably won't even matter. Okay, and what I was doing here is just grabbing a piece of copy paper to wrap around the mug so that I can slide it into the tumbler press. And this mug is a 20-ounce Ozark Trail mug, and they come in a 2-pack. Unfortunately, one is black and one is white, so you can't sublimate on the black. I'll just have those. I'll figure out something that I can do with those. I should have showed the pack of how they come. However, if I remember, I'll insert a picture in the left-hand corner of this video. That was it. It is a very snug fit. So I open it like literally to the limit. of what I can open it to. And yeah, it's a snug fit. It's a snug fit. Okay, it's counting down, which I didn't show it counting down. I'm gonna move the camera over. And make sure to grab you some heat gloves, because heat resistant gloves, because these things are hot. And I do mean they are hot. It's metal. If you heat metal up, you're liable to burn your hands off. I'm telling you, and this equipment is no joke. If you look at my hand, like if you see my hand, you'll notice like a burn mark on there. My hand actually touched the top of my heat press when I was pressing the tablecloth. Yeah, and it almost burned my whole hand off, and that was not good. Okay, so make sure to take the necessary precautions to not harm yourself. I was I was not thinking at the moment. Temporary lapse in judgment almost made me burn my whole hand off. Okay. And we're waiting on a tumbler, and it should be done here shortly. And I think the tumbler press is made pretty well. Um, and especially coming from AliExpress. And it didn't take that long to get here. Maybe 3 weeks, maybe. And it was very inexpensive. So for somebody just starting out, I would definitely recommend them ordering something from AliExpress if you're just starting out, because the price point is great over there. You can't afford these very expensive presses. Okay, so I pulled the mug out. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm gonna go edit it. Okay, and this me, I was like nervous for what? I don't know, because it's not for anyone. It's not like I'm gonna do any harm if it's gonna do any harm if it's messed up. It's just me, honey. Just just cutting up. Okay, so I took it off, and for me, I didn't think that the colors came out as vibrant as I thought they should. So the coating on this Ozark Trail, yeah, is it Ozark Trail? Yeah, on this Ozark Tumble mug can be subbed on. However, I don't know what the coating is. I tried to search it to see what the coating is before I did it, but if you can't find it, why not test it? And that's what I did the first time. But like I said, I did that in the convection oven. Um, and it came out pretty good. And also these mugs, they have a texture to them. So it's like a rough texture to them. And that's why you see it looks bumpy, because that's just the tumbler. That's how they come. So, as you can see, the Ozark Trail mug can be subbed on. Thank you, crafty lions and lionesses, for watching. And remember to hit that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I upload a new video. Keep on crafting, crafters.